Maybe you know, last year I was living in Brazil and I was practicing my Portuguese every single day because everything and everyone around me spoke Portuguese. It was super easy. But now I've moved back to the United States where I'm living, and I live in a smaller city now where I don't know any Brazilians or Portuguese speakers. So I have to get a little creative about how I practice my Portuguese to maintain it, to not lose it, and even to improve it. So just the other day, I grabbed my iPhone and I opened up Siri and I put the language in Portuguese. I thought it would be really interesting to see if I can understand Siri in Portuguese, and more so interesting if she can understand me in Portuguese. And so I tried it, and I found that about 9 out of 10 times she could understand me. And I felt really confident because my Portuguese was working and it was understood by a non-human kind of robot, by artificial intelligence. So I think that that's a good indicator that my Portuguese is still pretty good and I could understand most of what she said to me. Now, we can use apps like this that weren't intended for language learning, like Siri on the iPhone or Google Assistant on Android. We can also use apps that are intended for language learning, like Duolingo. And I'm going to tell you more about how I recommend using Duolingo for your language learning at the end of this video, so stick around for those tips. But I want to encourage us to think outside the box and use tech apps, things that we use maybe for other aspects in our life, not for language learning, but we can adapt them to help us with our language learning. So I want to share some other apps that I think you can use to improve your English that were not necessarily intended to be English learning apps. And I want to ask you to share in the comments if you have suggestions, if you have other apps that you use that are not necessarily language learning apps, but that you use to help you with your English. If you enjoy this kind of video, please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe here to Go Natural English. It helps us when you subscribe to grow our community and to keep making videos. So help us to keep going by subscribing. It means a lot to me. Most of us learn a language, at least at first, in a classroom. And it's in the confines of these four walls that we usually learn from a teacher, face-to-face, paper, and textbooks. The teacher tells us to translate. What is cat in Spanish? It's el gato. What is dog in Spanish? It's el perro, and vice versa. We learn to translate in order to speak English. And this pattern happens throughout our lives, slowing us down and making our English skills actually worse, actually slower. If we're always taking the step of translating in our heads, well, it takes us longer. If we're always thinking, what is this English word in my native language first? Let me translate it. Then that is slowing us down. What we're going to do is to use apps to learn to think in English. It's not just about learning English, it's actually making English part of our lifestyle. For example, a big tool that I use every day is Google Calendar. I would forget everything I had to do if I didn't put it in my calendar. Right now, my calendar is all in English, but if I wanted to work on my Portuguese, I should set my Google Calendar in Portuguese. And it might seem like a basic thing, just having the days of the week in the language I'm learning, but you could actually input all of the things that you need to do in English. And this is a way for you to practice. This is a way for you to be reminded in English. And it's so important to use English and repeatedly use it, repeatedly see it day in and day out, and get a lot of English input. So Google Calendar is one tool that I recommend that you start using in English. A couple times a week, I use Google Keep on my iPhone to make a grocery list or a list of things that I need to go out and buy. And this is another simple way that you can make a list of what you need to buy in English. So if I'm learning Portuguese, I should write down milk, leite, eggs, ovos, and butter, manteiga, to practice the language. These are not new words for me, but the important thing is that I'm living in the language, and I can use this app right on my phone conveniently to do so. If you're like me, you use social media every day too. Right now, all of my social media is in English. Is yours? You can set your preferred language to English, and then you can use more English, not only by seeing your settings in English, but you could join groups that use English as their language of communication. So search for your interests on Facebook or using hashtags on Instagram or hashtags on YouTube. Search for these in English, and you're going to find content, creators, and other people to network with and make friends with online, all in English. You ask me a lot of the time for English-speaking partners. Well, this is a great way to find someone, find a new friend online by connecting through your shared interests. You can do this all through social media. But be patient. You don't want to rush things and just reach out immediately asking people, will you be my speaking partner? Don't do that. Just connect with people over a topic that you're interested in. Maybe it's cars, maybe it's movies, maybe it's advice about different topics in your life. But find these groups, find these hashtags, and find people who are talking about the same things that you're interested in English, and you will naturally connect with people that way. I also use Voice Record, an app where I can record my voice, and this is a great way to practice your speaking skills. I'll record myself speaking a little bit in Portuguese. You can record yourself speaking in English. And then if you listen to yourself, you will be able to notice when you make a mistake, or maybe when your accent is a little strong, or when it's difficult to understand yourself in English. Also, you could use this voice recording and you could share it with someone who could give you feedback. That's something that we do inside the Complete Go Natural English course, is we listen to your voice recording and give you feedback. But you can use a simple app like Voice Record and listen to yourself to identify how you can improve. Use a podcast listening app like iTunes or Stitcher to listen to content in English. Listen to podcasts in English about any topic you're interested in. It could be an English learning podcast like the Go Natural English podcast or the Duolingo podcast in Spanish for English learners who speak Spanish, or it could be a podcast in English about a topic that you are passionate about. Maybe you're passionate about entrepreneurship, or maybe you're passionate about sports. Whatever you are interested in, there's a podcast for you. So use these keywords in English to search for a podcast that you can try listening to today and try them out. I'm sure you'll find that some podcasts are more to your liking than others, but you'll find one where you can get that input, that listening input that you need in order to improve your listening skills. And then there's the Duolingo app, where you don't really have to search or plan what you're learning or put too much effort into the planning, because they give you the lessons you need to improve your vocabulary, to improve your listening skills and your grammar, and really all the skills that you need to improve in the language you're learning. Duolingo offers English lessons and lessons in 37 different languages. So if you're a language learning nerd like me, then you will love the Duolingo app. I have downloaded it on my iPhone and I use it to improve my Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, French, and other languages that I'm curious about. It's just so much fun to try different languages, and Duolingo makes it like a game. you have short little exercises where you listen to words and then you choose what you hear. So you're improving your listening comprehension. There's flashcards where you can choose which word you're seeing and you're improving your vocabulary. And as you create your own sentences using the words they give you, you're improving your structure and grammar. So I love the app because it's fun, it's really cute, and what I like is that sometimes I get busy doing some other things and I forget to study the languages that I want to improve. But you can turn on notifications and Duolingo will invite you to come back to the app and to keep studying. I actually love when they give me a quick quiz because it's fun, it's low pressure, it's not like I'm getting a grade or passing or failing an important test. It's just a quick quiz to check my understanding and see how I'm doing. It's really, really fun. You can also follow your friends and you can earn badges for doing your language practice. So I would recommend that you try the Duolingo app also because it's free, so there's nothing to lose. You might as well try it out and see how you like it. If you click down to open the description, I'll put a link for you to click on and download Duolingo today. It's available for iPhone and Android. So check it out and I hope you'll tell me how you like it. Now, last week we gave away 5 premium Duolingo apps for a 12-month subscription for the premium Duolingo app, which means no ads and access to everything on the app. So I want to say congratulations to our winners, Mohammed, Alicia, Alessandro, Julianne, and Miguel. I hope that you're enjoying your premium membership to Duolingo. All right, well, I hope that you can add some of your own suggestions about apps that we can use for our creative language learning. And I hope that you try Duolingo today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to keep learning with me, then click on this lesson up here. I recommend that you check this one out to improve your English by thinking directly in English without translating in your head. Thanks so much for watching and bye for now.